So welcome back to the campaign. For anyone new, I play games for the storytelling and challenge, which generally means taking my time, trying to stay thematic, and avoiding exploits. If you prefer min-maxing or speeding through content, then my stuff may not be for you, although you're welcome to join us for a while to find out. In Total War Warhammer, that means using some mods to make the campaign and battles slower and harder to try to fit the brutal world of Warhammer, and also fighting all but the most lopsided battles manually. There's a link in the description to the video where I go over all the mods we're using and why. For this campaign, we're playing as Khazrak and his Beastmen Horde, with aspirations of emerging from the dark depths of the forests to tear down all the rich cities of the Empire and beyond. Although so far we're mostly fighting a war for survival, as all the Empire factions seem to be united against us and hunting us down. And so, as we reassess our strategic situation here, let's go ahead and get these informational events looked over. Okay, I think we're entering a really critical time for our survival. I think the next turn or two are going to be really important here, so let's try not to screw it up too badly. As one of you pointed out to me, it is possible, I'm not going to actually do this yet, but recruit units, recruit regiments of renown. Okay, here we go. From here, I can recruit a lord. Okay, so I was unaware of this, and I frankly feel really dumb for not having experimented a little bit longer with this. I can recruit a lord directly from Khazrak. It does not have to be in a herdstone, so that is definitely something we are going to want to do, but it's questionable exactly when, where, well, I'll leave it at that, when and where we want to do that, because we are right now surrounded by 3 armies that we can see. They are closing in on us, and currently they know where we are. When I recruit a new lord, I don't know whether I will immediately be able to put that new lord into hidden encampment stance, well-hidden encampment stance, I should say. And so if I cannot, then he's necessarily going to be visible, and obviously they're going to just send everybody at him. So even if Khazrak is himself able to get into a encampment stance, at best we're going to be able to ambush the first army that comes into our territory, or comes into our little area of whatever you would call this area of I'm going to call it opportunity, but I know that's not the right term to use. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Anybody who moves close to us will be able to pop out and ambush one of them, but then that just makes us sitting ducks. So we don't want to be where 3 different armies can hit us. So we have to end this turn in well-hidden encampment stance. The question is where. We're extremely limited right now in how far we can get in that stance. We can move this way. We are still at 100% if we do so, so that's good. I do want to make sure, yeah, there are places where we would only be at 80%, and that's not good for us. We don't want to risk any more than we have to the chance of being spotted. So, Marbad's tomb. The Dwarven king was afforded the funeral rites of the greatest heroes, for such was his bravery in saving Sigmar from the Greenskin horde at Blackfire Pass. How very interesting. Khazrak is deeply interested in the lore of this region. Not. However, I am, so I get distracted by little things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead. It looks like with, you know, obviously to the north of us and to the southeast of us being the areas of highest danger, in terms of how far they can move. Look at this. They can move really quite far in march stance. He cannot move nearly as far with in terms of attacking Who knows how far he can get in normal stance to begin an attack. So we're just going to have to move in this direction. Put ourselves in the least, what appears to be the least dangerous area. Let's go ahead and get our new skills in. I've already got Shadow Hide. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get the immunity to or the resistance to magic as well. But before I do want to start looking at some of these other things. Income from raiding, not a priority. I mean, I'm eventually going to want to get up to all the way up to Children of Chaos, but it's going to take so long to get there. It just doesn't feel like it's probably the priority right now. The extra 5% movement range would be really nice just by itself. Let's see here. What else? The extra ambush success chance and defense chance, quite frankly. That's all good as well. Recruitment capacity could be good. So there's lots of good stuff here. Obviously, lightning strike as well. The corruption, a little bit less of an important thing for me. But to get that far, we have to commit a lot to it. Fueled by Blood could be good. Voice of the Dark Gods is not bad. Let's go ahead and do, again, thematically. Thematically, we want to keep putting some points up here into this top line, his specialty skills. Just really quickly here, see, do we have an improvement here in terms of armor plus 20 versus, I think I'd rather have the missile resistance for him. Now let's take a look here. Do we want to give him the extra armor as opposed to the dragon helm? Yeah, let's give him the armor. The better armor. Okay, the ancillaries, there's nothing we can do there. And his skill upgrade. Let's go ahead and give him... Well, I think we kind of have to take Arcane Conduit. Okay, alright. So, we are a little bit damaged, but maybe we can go a turn without taking any significant casualties. I think I'm going to go ahead and find out. I'm going to risk this. I'm going to recruit a lord. And it is going to draw their armies towards us, I believe. And if it brings the campaign to an end, it'll be a really important lesson learned for us, and that's okay. I actually kind of like losing the occasional campaign because it does make the ones that we win that much more rewarding if we know that there's actually some drama involved. Not that I don't feel like there's plenty of drama in this one already. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I don't really... the speed is good, but I don't love these so much. Doom Bulls, these are going to be good for when, a little bit later in the game, when we're able to get some Minotaur units, but we're not there yet, although... You know, obviously we can put regular units into them, but thematically I do want to start building thematic armies, which means getting Minotaurs in a Doom Bull army. Just don't know if that's the best thing for us right now. Rowdy, what is Rowdy? Leadership enabled if it's higher than Wavering, but that's just his own. That's not for all the troops. Okay. Aggressive. Yeah, these are... I'm not really wanting to just make our Lord, a Bray Shaman better in melee. So this is a much more appealing one right here. This campaign movement range plus 5%. That could be pretty good. And then we have better leadership. That could be pretty good as well. So the question is, confident, Lore of Shadows, or strategist, Lore of Death. I think I'm going to go Strategist, Lore of Death, because the campaign movement is just so incredibly valuable right now. So let's go ahead and do this. Boom. Now, of course, he's not going to be able to recruit very much into his army without a herdstone. Very limited recruiting slots. And here's the big question. He cannot go into a hidden encampment stance, so that's bad, which means he can't recruit anything at all. So he's basically bait for one turn, which I really suspect is going to bring this guy down on us, this guy down on us, and I don't know which of these two. Probably the Empire goes first. So he'll probably come down and get himself ambushed, but he may not, because he would have to be. I don't know. I kind of doubt that he can get all the way down here to attack this in regular stance. However, if he can, I did not realize this. It's close enough now that we're going to pull out this settlement garrison, but that's okay. I think we could take on both his army and his settlement garrison, but we can't take on two armies plus the settlement garrison. So we're just going to have to see how this goes. This is good that these are two different factions right now, even though they're both at war with us and they're probably allied. They are at least two different factions, so they can't coordinate their attacks quite as well. We will have to hope that they don't confederate before Vissenland's turn. Okay. Now, having done all that, what we can do, perhaps, how many units? Khazrak can only recruit 2 units. Can we have him? First of all, he can raid. And we probably ought to do that. His vigor in battle being winded is not really a big deal. Oh, he can't move at all. No, okay. I was gonna say we could give some units to him, but we really can't. Okay, he comes with absolutely 0 movement at all, and even though he's already adjacent, we can't exchange troops. So we won't worry about that. Building upgrade available. That would be, of course, for Khazrak here. You know, I would like to be able to do this. Is it the priority? We can't recruit Minotaurs, we just can't afford them, so it's not really worth doing that just yet, I don't think. Yeah, I don't really see any reason not to go ahead and be able to recruit some Gore herds, so let's do that. Research available, okay, let's do the unnatural order, obviously. That's good, you know, it's a little bit of extra charge bonus for Gore units, that I won't say no to that. And I don't think there's really going to be anything to do diplomatically, although I just want to reassess here exactly what's going on in terms of the strategic situation here. We do have... Oh, okay, that's right, this was good. Okay, so we do finally have Draika at war with Reichland. Yeah, so really we need to survive long enough for that to be impactful. And of course, you know, they're pretty beaten up, so I don't want to over-exaggerate their chances against us. We're doing okay. A turn or two of some smart and perhaps a little bit lucky play, and I think we can catch up. Now, we're obviously extremely disadvantaged by the fact that they have 15 settlements to our 0, but, you know, we'll change that. We'll change that. In fact, obviously, next turn, if for some reason we survive this next in turn, it's a real good chance we'll be able to take Carberg and maybe drop a herdstone there. It's a possibility anyway. All right, been kind of rambling long enough probably, so let me just see, do I want to spend the dread on anything? Like, wait a minute, first of all, how many turns before our next full moon? 3 turns. I wonder how much I'm shooting myself in the toe by not... I mean, this is only 85. I'll definitely do this next turn unless there's just definitely a better use for it, because now that we've got 2 armies, assuming we can keep the second lord going, and that's really why I'm waiting. I want to see if we can keep the second lord. Okay, and if we can, then I will definitely want to bring more gore units in. Okay, let's go ahead and do this, and we're gonna once again have to cross our fingers here. Here he comes. Okie dokie. Well, that's kind of what we wanted. Decisive victory. Let's destroy him. And we'll give a little bit of experience to our new lord as well. Now, we need to survive this with enough troops that we feel strong enough to take on an attack from Vissenland. So we're not going to be able to expose our dogs, our Chaos Warhounds, but that's okay. Don't think we need them. I don't love that the Minotaurs are as wounded as they are, but really ain't nothing we can do about that. So let's go ahead and get all of these guys here. There's no reason to charge in against their... In fact, let's move a little bit more this way. No reason to charge in and engage their melee infantry, because they'll come to us. You guys, you just go ahead and hit from this side. We obviously want to just destroy all of their ranged troops. And we're going to go ahead and get Khazrak himself. He can engage and hold down, I think, a lot of their... Since he's wounded, I'm going to get him a little bit behind the others. Let's go ahead and start deployment. I don't know why I always deploy before I hit start deployment. It seems like an odd choice, but... Alright, so we're going to move all of these fellas in here. Hit from behind with our faster units. Get Khazrak to engage as many of these guys as possible. And let's see what happens here. Okay, you guys, we want to make sure that we're hitting them. In fact, why don't you go ahead and hit these guys as well. Go ahead and you go ahead for them. Okay, now we can go ahead and start getting everybody engaged on individual targets. Let's go ahead and get our fireball off now. Well, no, yeah, okay, all right, that's good. Let's go ahead and shoot it towards them. See who we hit. Now we'll get them back on there. Now the Bray Shaman. Where's his... Okay, he's got a level 9 Lord, which is not insignificant by any means. You guys need to now move up. And let's go ahead and get you involved. They're shattered, so we don't have to worry about them. You guys go ahead there. You guys run over here. Okay, you guys are kind of locked into about engaging six different units all by yourselves, which is a concern. Okay, you need to get in. Just get in and fight them, I suppose. Okay, you guys just keep running down the units that are broken. Khazrak, you're about to be able to cast another fireball. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we will... Okay, now we want to get you attacking from behind there. Okay, you guys. Okay, this is bad. We don't really want his lord destroying our raiders here. There we go. They're now, it looks like, engaged. He's engaged with the spearmen. Let's go ahead and get Khazrak down here. Let's go ahead and get the Spirit Leech on his lord, which is really the only unit that I'm worried about right now. Let's pull our... now his lord has decided to engage these guys. So, go ahead and get you guys back like that. Let's go ahead and get Khazrak in on him. Go ahead and hit them with Fireball. Boom! Now you go ahead and hit him. You guys go ahead and shoot him. You might as well. Alright, most of that stuff's all shattered or broken. You guys go ahead and hit these troops from behind. Where are my dogs? No, my dogs. I don't want my dogs in combat. That's the problem with the babysitter mod right there. That is the lesson of the babysitter mod, is you have to be careful and not let the units you don't want to be engaged in melee engaged in melee. There we go. Those guys ought to break now. Alright, my Minotaurs took a little bit more damage than I would have liked, but it's okay. Get another Spirit Leech on him. He's gonna break soon. Don't know if we'll be able to kill him or not, but that's okay. He'll be destroyed as soon as the army loses. There we go. Alright, now let's get you guys, everybody who's fast, let's get you on his lord, and just, can we slow him down by any chance? We cannot. Okay, he's going to get away, I'm afraid. Unless I can get... Unless this is enough to kill him. Maybe, possibly. It's going to be close. It's going to be very, very close. I don't think it's going to do it. Nope, it's not going to do it. Look at this. Alright. Alright, well, good enough. We won the battle. We suffered a little bit of casualties, but not too much. I can live with that. Oh, I didn't even realize. My goodness. That was Karl Franz himself. I did not even realize that was Karl Franz. Sometimes I am not the most perceptive player in the world, that's for sure. That's great. I can't remember now if... I think we've defeated him with Khazrak before. I'm assuming we already have the defeat trait. But that's a big win. To defeat him, to knock him out of the... off the campaign map for 10 turns. Just wish we'd have gotten more money out of it. We would have had we been able to do a few hundred more points of damage to him, but it is what it is. I think we can afford to lose the Bestial Rage, but is it worth it for 810? That's the question. I might actually take the army replenishment. What do we have here? We got Speed, Strider, Wayfarer. This will be good. Let's give this to an extra 30% speed. Let's give this to our Minotaurs, who are a little faster than melee infantry, but they're slower than some of my other fast units. Okay. All right. And okay. is it worth... No, we need the money. We really need the money. That little bit of replenishment is not going to be the difference in another battle, I don't think. Okay, he's not moving his other army towards us yet. That's good. Okay. Alright, so Vissenland would have to decide to attack us all by themselves. And I just don't think they'll do that. That's quite interesting. Quite interesting. It's almost like they've offered themselves as bait. Answering the call, this would be a slower horde growth, but a bonus to leadership. Or do nothing. So, I'm going to actually read this for a second, because I'm going to choose the more thematic option. So, in answering the call to form a Bray herd, many of your warriors head off to fight, reducing the herd's numbers for some time. However, those who remain behind redouble their efforts to make up for the lack of numbers. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I think that sounds like the kind of thing that our beastmen would do. Okay. Ah, no, this was the first time I defeated Karl Franz. Great. Okay, unit experience gain. It's not nothing. Okay. We've unlocked a regiment of renown. You know, I didn't even realize that. I probably could have... Could I have recruited a regiment of renown? With him. Just says cannot recruit unit. I guess maybe not. I guess you have to be in the encampment stance for that as well. But we gain levels, so that's good. Let's just see... Okay, peace negotiated. That's interesting, but not super important right now. Let's go ahead and give you the bonus to campaign movement, of course. And for Khazrak himself, leadership aura is not bad, but it's not the priority. We're going to kind of bounce back and forth between the top line and maybe the blue line next. Maybe the melee line here. Oh no, bestial cunning. What am I doing? Yeah, I want that. Okay. Go ahead and... This is the sort of thing that my obsessive compulsive nature forces me to do. When I see an exclamation point up here, I have to immediately do whatever it takes to get rid of the exclamation point. Okay. Alright, so we have 11 Minotaurs, and I'll feel much better when I can get them back up to full, but this is interesting. This turn, so he was smart enough. Even though this looked on the map like it was quite close, he's not close enough to reinforce Carberg, and he's not close enough for us to ambush him. So it was actually a reasonably intelligent decision for him to go where he went there. Well, I can't think of any reason why we would not want to go ahead and hit Carberg. I do want to look at the relative faction strength here, because it's extremely possible that with that loss, yes, Reichland is actually weaker than we are. It is absolutely not going to take them long to reconstitute their forces, but we could probably take Carberg and hold it for a turn where they really can't even attack us because they just don't have the army to. What we really need to worry about is New Solland here. They're at war with us and with the Fecundites. We can't see them until we get a herdstone up and get the building up that allows us visibility over the blood grounds. That will be really nice if and when we can do that. But we have to worry. We have to worry that there could be a Balthazar Gelt army floating around close by, and that would be a disaster. Because once we take the herdstone, we are locked in place for a sliver of time. And our main advantage right now is our mobility. So Let's take a look real quick at this province and at the garrison here in Carberg. Okay, not really that big of a deal. I'm assuming now he's close enough to support from where he is, so if we attack, he is indeed. I don't think there's any reason not to go ahead and do this now. So let's do it. Decisive victory. Won't be an ambush, obviously, but that's okay. Alright. Well, if I wasn't such a slowpoke getting to that first battle, I would feel like this is already becoming an action-packed episode, but I am sometimes, I just need to kind of be patient and think through the strategic situation before committing to any particular action. Hopefully that doesn't make for a terribly boring video. Okay, so let's go ahead. We are almost entirely Vanguard deployment. Everybody but the Minotaur, and quite frankly, the Minotaur, we don't want him to engage right away anyway, so don't really see any reason to not get let's see. If I go really thin, I can get everybody in like that. I do want to get some units in on these crossbowmen very quickly. And we'll also go ahead and get this as a flanking unit. So actually you guys, let's get you closer. I'm going to shoot down these spearmen as they try to chase our chariots in the early going. Khazrak, let's go ahead and get you here in the middle. Brave Shaman, you can, for a change, actually cast something other than Spirit Leech. And all of you guys, let's get you into a control group. Let's lock you so that you each attack a different target. And I'm not too worried about, even though some of these units are damaged, I don't think this fight's going to last very long, so let's go ahead and do this. Khazrak, you get in here. Let's go ahead and get you guys at him. All three of you shooting at him. Let's go ahead and get you guys moving up this way. Brave Shaman. Okay, Khazrak. Let's go ahead and have you shoot a fireball into them. Okay, I don't know why that didn't work. I didn't see a fireball. Okay. Around behind. You guys now shoot at him. Go ahead and hit them as well. They'll break. Okay, let's go ahead and break some leadership here. Right there's a good place to do it. Let's go ahead and get you guys like this. I'm surprised these guys haven't broken yet. There they have, okay. That's what I expected. I'm surprised the rest of his units are holding out this long, quite frankly. I don't think this is going to take but a second now. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Can you cast another spell? Let's go ahead and get his units weakened, but might as well so they do as little damage to us as possible. Okay, let's go ahead and end it. We lost 100 units, or 100 models. It's more than I thought we would. That is an example probably of I think we saw the fact that their leadership was a little bit better than normal. They didn't break quite as quickly as normal because of the scaling garrison buff, which is fine. It's what we want. It's not a walled city, not a heavily defended city, so it shouldn't be super strong, but I do think it makes sense for it to people who are fighting for their lives to protect the homes of their families fight a little bit harder than they might normally in a regular field battle. Okay. Now we want to raise a herdstone. And let's hope we can actually hold on to this herdstone for a turn or two. Okay. Alright, so Manish Thrall. Bonus a War Banner, okay. We'll give it to him. He himself right now, I guess. Traits gained, attack minded, that's good, and okay. Alright. Spin our camera around here so we got a good look. We're already up to 8, that's good. You need to definitely be in hidden encampment stance now. If we move you to here, you're at 95%. You're still close enough to be reinforced should you be attacked. Okay, we only have 4,000 right now. This is pretty much a high priority, but I think an even higher priority, let's just look at the map here. Yeah, if we can hold out for a couple of turns, what we really want is this right here, the shamanic challenges. Yeah, having extra visibility is just so valuable. Hopefully that was not wasted on a herdstone that is going to be destroyed very quickly. All right, and we'll worry about building his whatchamacallit, his heads on spikes. We'll start getting some dread up on him with the next pool of funds that we have. Meanwhile, we can go ahead and maybe give him some magic, I suppose. Let's go ahead and give him the dragon helm for now. And he can't... Okay. So only a hero unit, Bray Shaman, can get the Winds of Magic power reserves there. That's unfortunate, but not that big of a deal, I suppose. You get a skill up. Okay, so now we've got every spell available to us. Before I start committing more points to being able to overcast spells, I think we want to pick up a few of the other really important things first. And okay, actually I want you to be close enough to pick a couple of units off of Khazrak here. I think let's go ahead and get you a couple of these Ungor Raiders. Then let's go ahead and get you recruiting what you can. Let's give you some Harpies. And some basic spear units here. That's good, and now you have an opening to be able to do a little bit of recruiting yourself. Okay, actually, he can recruit 4 per turn. So let me cancel all this. And let's take 2 more units here. These are... He's recruiting these spears. Let's give him... Why not? Let's give him these guys. I don't want to give him the damaged units because Khazrak being inside the settlement. I apologize for my phone going off just now. Inside the settlement, his recruitment will be better. Or, I'm sorry, his replenishment will be better. So, let's give the more unwounded units over here to Gua Gorehorn. Now we'll give you that, and now you can recruit 4 units. And you've right now got 4 spears. I think those are enough spears. Let's go ahead and get you another unit of Warhounds, a couple more Raiders. Don't want to overdo it with these Raiders, but I guess there's no harm in having 4 of them in this army. And of course we can always transfer them around again next turn. So let's go ahead and do all that. I don't see Balthazar Gelt, so I'm not going to breathe a sigh of relief exactly, but I do think it's likely that we're okay. Alright, guess there's not really anything else we can do from an army perspective. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out. We can trade with the Fecondites again. I don't really see any reason not to. Okay, I just want to take a look here. The Wargrove of Woe, they have 10 settlements. And of course they hate us, so it's only a matter of time before they declare war on us as well. But Festus right now is a little bit of a buffer, I would think. Even with anti-player bias, I have to think that Draika is going to focus on Festus as long as Festus is more or less in between us and Draika. So then we have New Solent, who is only at war also with the 2 of us. Okay. Alright. They are the strongest of the Empire factions right now, even though there are only 6 settlements. Okay, it's still all very touch and go, but I do think we'll last for another turn. And speaking of another turn, I guess there's not really... You know what I just realized? This was dumb of me. I'd even said I was going to do this. Yeah. Boom, 85. It's worth 85. I like buying these upgrades when we have the discount available because of the full moon, but for the moment... Yeah, okay. Alright. Scrap all that, we need 2 of you. Oops, never mind, that's dumb. Oh, no, okay, yeah, I can do it up there. Okay, that's... Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, of course. They all need to be from Khazrak. There we go. Now we're doing a little bit better. Okay, that's a bit better. Alright, now we do want to start getting some better units, but at least these shielded Ungor herds are a little bit better than the unshielded ones. Alright, so we don't want to spend a ton of points here because we don't really want a ton of these units. These are the chaffiest of chaff. Alright, now I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Now, the fact that we did move some of our units out of Khazrak's horde does make him look more vulnerable. So, I still don't think Visenland will attack us, but it's always possible. Nope. Kind of what I figured. Alright. Very good, very good. So what we needed is just 1 turn of a little peace and calm. Okay. Yeah, charge bonus. It's good. Drakenfeld and some dwarfs And lots of recruiting. That's excellent. Okay, now we're getting stronger. Where are we on the grow your forces? We have 12 out of 30. Okay, so we still have quite a ways to go on that. But look at this army now. That's looking better. That's looking better. Okay. The combination of these two, we're all the way up to 31 units now, plus we've got 14 in our herdstone, and we have visibility in our herdstone as well, which is excellent. I am not seeing Balthazar, which is also quite excellent. Now, the interesting thing is we have our choice now of targets. Altdorf is obviously something that we would love to destroy, but it is also obviously the strongest target around us. I don't think we're ready for that. It's a little bit tempting to try to hit it while they don't have a full army there, and while Karl Franz is not on the map, but that is not something that we just want to recklessly attack. 20 units. It's got
not possible.
Stronger, it's got the basic walls building here. I'm a little surprised. I thought this would say that it upgrades the towers, but I guess maybe Altdorf towers are already at maximum. Whatever the best types of tower projectile is for the Empire. Okay, so the next question then is, what is our best target of opportunity? Let's go ahead and get another. Okay, so plus 10 armor for gore units, ambush success chance. That's going to be good, but we're not having too much problem right now with ambushes, so I'll go ahead and take the armor first. Now we do need to continue recruiting. How about, and we also need to start moving towards our next target. I think what we want to do is we want to play a little game with the Empire called Ambushing with Khazrak. Let's go ahead and give Gua here some more units. We want him to let's go ahead and I'm going to give him for the moment some of the non-gore, ungore units. Even though these are in some cases stronger units, I'm going to give them to him because of the benefit that Khazrak has giving bonuses to transferring too many units between hordes can lead to dissatisfaction. I forgot about that. Okay. Well, it can't be helped. We're going to have to do it anyway. So anyways, because Khazrak gives a buff to these units, to these gore and ungore units, we want them in his army, and things like the Minotaurs and the Chaos Warhounds, they are deriving no benefit from being in his army. So we're going to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and start arranging the optimal division of forces here. Let's take one of those. He's at 19 out of 20. We'll take all three of them back. Okay. So let's do that. We're losing 15 bestial. Okay, never mind. Let's not take those back. Let's stick with only losing 7 bestial rage. Okay. Let's do that. He's going to have 18 units here. No. We'll keep these two. We'll keep yeah, yeah, we'll keep those two. Okay. All right, there we go. So now Khazrak, we want him in ambush stance. Let's move him out to where I think we want to hit Weissman here as our first target, I think. And we want Gua to be bait. So we need Khazrak here to be... Hopefully he's not too... 98%. Can I not get any higher than 9? There's 100% right there. Okay. Is that going to be close enough to hit Weissman? Probably not. And you... We want you to be up here, looking very much like bait. Can he reach you? Well, we don't know. We do not know. We do know that they can get there in march stance. He could attack. And actually, I didn't even realize this. He can attack. He could attack our herdstone. Oof, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I wonder if he will attack our herdstone, because I've already moved too far away to be able to reinforce it. Well, since I can't move back to reinforce it, we're just going to have to find out, won't we?
I can't.
That would be, yeah. That's a very winnable battle for him if he's aggressive. Not the end of the world, though, because we'll take it right back. Okay. Alright. I'd rather him attack our army instead. So let's go ahead and get our army looking like a good target. Okay, all right. If we're gonna get another fight in this episode, we'd better hurry up here. So let's leave him exposed like that. These two armies can combine to attack either one of these targets. So we'll see what happens. From a relative faction strength standpoint, he's at 143. We're only at 115, despite the fact that we recruited more units. Maybe I should have just focused on filling this army up a little bit more. Oh well, may have been a miscalculation, but we'll recover from it. All right, let's just check again then if there's anything we can do. Doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go ahead and hit our end turn and cross our fingers here. Feel like that was a really risky blunder that I just made. We'll see if it really hurts us. Yep, he's going at our... Oh, nope, okay. Whew. He's not going at our herdstone. Okay, thank goodness. All right. Yeah, I would kind of hated to lose the herdstone that quickly. And let's see what Weissman does, because Khazrak is still in the ambush stance, so he doesn't know we're there. And his army might feel like it's strong enough to attack Gua. Nope. Okay, I would really like it if we could get some good use for our dread. Campaign movement range plus 30%. Boy, that's really tempting. Endless Herd is... Plus 80% is great, but, you know, it's just not our priority. I really think at this point we need to go with the bonus campaign movement range. Okay, and so what that means is it's going to be another... quite some time before we find a better, before we can get some more efficient spending of our dread on these units. We really need to start bumping those up soon as possible. Every turn that they don't attack Carberg here, the garrison at least will start to replenish, so that's good. And Khazrak, with the extra 30%, we can almost get to Weissman, but not quite. Okay. Let's go ahead and... I don't want to repeat the same mistake. So I need to have... I need to be close enough to defend this herdstone for the time being. So if they attack the herdstone... You're telling me he's still not close enough?
I will not obey.
I'm really kind of surprised about that. I expected to be able to see this line right here, but we only see it in one direction. I don't know if I'm missing something, or if he really would not reinforce Carberg. Well, what we're going to do... What we're going to do is just kind of, I guess, make sure. I don't see a good place to be at 100. There's 100%. Okay. All right, we need to get our recruiting up. So let's go ahead and... His Bestial Rage is at 58. If we try to switch around more troops this turn, is it going to be another 7? Like if we give him these now, well, let's see how many we can give him. Still not losing any. Still not losing any. And that gets him up to 17. Yeah, let's go with that. We're not losing any Bestial Rage, and that frees Khazrak up to do a little bit of recruiting. And now you can go into encamp stance and recruit a little bit more yourself. We have one dog, but we have all these chariots, so he's got plenty of fast units. What he really needs now is just more infantry, even though they're crappy infantry. And Khazrak, let's go ahead and do this. We'll get you one more of those. And then... Yeah, let's... I don't want to give you Chaos Warhound because you don't get any benefit from them. Maybe I should. Yeah, it's probably worth having one fast unit. Okay, alright. Okay, so we've now divided up our troops pretty well to allow us kind of maximum recruiting. Midland. Wait a minute. Why can he not recruit from... Well, he can't... I don't understand why I can't recruit anything from Midland. Well, he's at 20, so that's why he can't. Oh, this is why, because everything that you can recruit from Midland, we've already maxed out. Okay, alright, that's fine. That's not that big of a deal. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do one more end turn, but unfortunately, we're not going to have time for another big battle, and I don't think we're likely to get a big battle over this end turn anyway. I guess maybe if we do get a battle over the end turn, I will go ahead and fight it and just make this a really long video. Nothing to do here. Let's go ahead and... Look at this, we're red. Despite the fact that we're so weak, or at least we feel weak, we are red. And Reichland's already up to 82. That's a little scary. And he's even got more settlements. The more armies of his I destroy, the more settlements he gets. Okay.
The Empire.
And Draika, okay, so Draika's at 50, so that's not too terrifying, and then the Fecondites are at 27. Okay, all right. Let's see what happens over this end turn, and then we're going to have to call it an episode. Okay, what are they doing? They're just rearranging their armies a little bit. But they're not attacking our herdstone. Okay. I'm liking the fact that we're still not seeing Balthazar. Alright, well, as this comes to an end, I am feeling much better. Ooh, Warhorde revealed. Detected while hidden. I was not expecting that. Okay, so that doesn't really impact us at all, and of course we got all these recruited units. That's good. We're up to 19 out of 30 on that objective, so that's good. Alright, so yeah, I'm feeling a lot better about having 18 troops in Khazrak's army and 20 here in Gula's army. It said detected while hidden, but yet I'm still at 100%, so not exactly sure. I guess it doesn't take you out of encampment stance when you get detected, and that's because you need to be in encampment stance for certain behaviors. So, okay, well, we do still now have to worry quite a bit about these Reichland armies because this one's up to full strength. 2 more floating nearby that are at partial strength.
Unachievable.
And of course the 18 settlements is a little bit worrisome, but we're okay. We have to decide whether we're going to move out of the Carberg area or whether we need to stay close enough to defend it. I don't want to be real defensive, obviously, with a Beastman campaign, so we're not going to just do nothing but defend Carberg. So we got to find the right balance, basically. But again, that will all have to wait until the next episode. For those of you who are still watching the campaign, please feel free to leave comments. I always appreciate those, and many of you have already done so, so thank you for that. And thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.